Have you ever felt like you just stopped? Like life happened, you got off track, and now beginning again feels overwhelming? After several years of pursuing and building an online coaching business, I hit a point where I just felt really burnt out. I did not feel aligned with the way in which I was doing things, and I was at a crossroads of where to go next. The initial plan was to take about a week or two off, which turned into several weeks and several months. And this is now the first attempt in 2 years at showing up again and beginning to connect, create community, and offers. The truth is, entirety of the last 2 years, I have wanted to come back and show up. I have wanted to share what my soul is calling me to share. And it just felt that the longer I waited, the more pressure that I felt. I questioned if maybe the intense resistance that I was feeling was a sign that this work is out of alignment for me. What I've uncovered as I've listened deeper to what the resistance is speaking to me is it's not misalignment, rather a story, a pattern, a belief that just needs some exploring. If you've been waiting for motivation, clarity, the right time to begin again, this is your invitation to come along with me. Today, I just want to talk about small, tangible steps to help you rebuild momentum in a way that feels sustainable and aligned, and really just give you a window into some of the things that I'm doing to begin again. I want to preface by saying that nothing I'm going to share today is like earth-shattering, probably things that you've heard before, but I am hopeful that if I share the things that I am doing through my voice and my channel, that it will resonate in a way that helps you to begin to work with your procrastination and move forward and start to work on some of the things and the projects that you really desire to work on, but you're just struggling with, PPS, I really want to do that marketing tactic that's like, oh, stay for the end for a free gift. But we don't all have time to listen to these videos. So if you want to know what my offer is, just check it out in the description box. It's a free little gift for you to just start working with your procrastination in a way that is really going to benefit so many different facets of your life. So I hope you enjoy it. And now let's get into things. The first thing that I want to talk about today is the truth about procrastination. Procrastination is not laziness. Procrastination is a protection mechanism. So the way that I approach procrastination is not with productivity hacks that are surface level and really just a band-aid, but really learning how to get to the core of why we procrastinate. And I go deeper into that in the offer that I talked about in the description box. But it's really not about overcoming procrastination. It's about learning to work with it, because there's always going to be different things in your life that are out of your control in your external world. But if we can learn to work with our internal world, we can control how we respond to it, how we sit with it, how we use what is rising within us to be messages of wisdom, really to help to guide us forward. So I want you to begin this journey by opening up some dialogue with your procrastination. Instead of just trying to mull through and band-aid it over with time-saving and productivity hacks, just pause and ask, what is my procrastination trying to protect me from? Another great way to continue this dialogue, and something that I've been doing that has been hugely beneficial for me to help sift through the beliefs and patterns and nervous system states really that have been holding me back, is morning pages. I picked up The Artist's Way back in November of 24 as another way to try and work with my creativity and work with beginning to show up again, to pursue my passion. And at first I was skeptical about morning pages because I've been journaling for years, but this practice really opened up a lot for me. The practice of morning pages isn't about structured journaling, it's about showing up with no agenda. So you start every morning writing, even if you have nothing to say. And the idea behind it is that it helps clear mental clutter and it'll help you unlock creativity. What we're looking at here is commitment being more important than inspiration. So the act of writing daily builds integrity and self-trust. Another thing to consider here in the morning is that right before we go to bed and right before we wake up in the morning, the veil between our conscious and subconscious is thinner. And so morning pages potentially can bring out some of those subconscious beliefs and patterns and ideas that are running in the background that are keeping us from moving forward. So by giving a voice to that inner critic and by cleaning out that clutter, then when we show up for other projects, we feel like we have more of a clean slate. The practice of morning pages, specifically from the Artist's Way, is 3 pages every morning upon waking, but I'm all about what am I trying to say? That's what I was looking for. Progress over perfection and baby steps in the beginning. So if 30 minutes in the morning just does not sound doable for you, just start with 5 to 10 minutes every morning. Make your coffee, sit down. Honestly, sometimes I do mine while I'm packing my son's lunch, while I'm making my coffee, a little bit here and there. It's just the devotion to showing up and doing something every day. And when you're struggling with procrastination, even just small baby steps like that help you build, again, that self-trust and integrity to keep going. When you are in a cycle of struggling with procrastination, movement is your best friend. Your body is a massive energy channel. When you're stuck in procrastination, the energy in your body is stagnant. So movement will shift resistance, not through force, but through flow. What I recommend when you're starting out, if you don't already have an exercise routine, to focus on movement that feels good over rigid, structured exercise plans and make sure that it's fun for you. Don't show up for movement that feels like a chore because, again, that's just going to add pressure. The concept behind this is that energy moves when you move. So the stuck emotions, the mental fog, creative blocks are going to lift as you begin to move your body and get energy moving through your body again, that creative energy. So I want you to think about movement that feels good for you. Is it a nature walk outside? Is it turning on a song that you love and dancing it out? Is it doing some primal shaking? Is it just stretching to open things up? Whatever it is, just starting with 5 minutes a day can really get that stuck energy moving. The next thing that I am doing to work with my procrastination, and you should be too, is getting your little booty outside. We were never meant to live in boxes. Boxed in homes, boxed in routines, boxed in thinking. Stepping outside really shifts our perspective, our energy, and our nervous system state. So when we are feeling stuck energy and stagnancy, just think about being inside and how we're in this box and we're limited to this box. And when we step outside, it's vast and it's open and it's nourishing, and there's just so many metaphorical beauties about nature and how it welcomes us to open and expand our mindsets and our energy bodies even. While I love me a forest, it's not even about needing to go outside where nature is, but it's just getting outside. So if you live in the city, simply stepping outside to breathe in some fresh air and look at the sky can really open you up and shift your mindset. I recommend stepping outside even for a 10-minute walk a couple times a week, just to shift your thinking from a rigid box into an open universe. You ever make a to-do list for the day and you get 80% of what is done on that list complete, but when you look at your list, all you can focus on is that 20% that you didn't get done? Stop that. On the journey of working with our procrastination, we want to focus on progress over perfection. Your brain will always focus on what didn't get done, so you need to rewire it to celebrate progress. To shift from self-judgment to self-celebration creates momentum. I realize on my own journey and really just having open dialogue with my thoughts, feelings, emotions, sensations on a somatic level, that negativity and beating myself up never gives me the motivation to move forward and keep going. It's quite the opposite. You start to get stuck in this victim mentality and inability to move forward. On the latter, what I realize is the more that I exercise compassion with myself and I focus on what I am accomplishing, the more motivated I feel and the more inspiration I feel, and really just the more loving I feel towards myself. And when we feel loving towards ourselves, we feel like we can believe in ourselves to do the hard things. So I want you to begin this practice. Maybe it's not an everyday thing. It can be every day if you want, but begin to just recognize and celebrate things that you do accomplish. So whether it be that you recognize that you're in this negative feeling like you didn't get anything done, or you just want to create the practice, start the practice of listing 3 things that you did every day. And on the really tough days, when it just feels like you feel like a worthless pile of crap, like you didn't get anything done, I want you to write down every stupid little thing that you did, because I swear it will make you feel so much better. Like write down that you woke up in the morning, you got out of bed, you took a shower, you brushed your teeth, you got dressed, you ate food. And you will realize that those few little things that you didn't get done are so minuscule in comparison to all that you did. So one of the biggest, heaviest things that I am doing right now to help work with my procrastination, and something that I do in so many different ways, is recognizing and reframing protection patterns. Procrastination is just fear wearing a disguise. It's not that you're unmotivated, you're just protecting yourself from failure, rejection, and the unknown. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but certainty doesn't create growth. Instead of fighting your fear, I encourage you to meet your fear with curiosity. Open up dialogue with it, like having a conversation with a friend. And begin to shift and reframe your fear into a supportive belief. As you begin to meet with your fear and your resistance, maybe the story that's coming up is, I always fall off track. Something more supportive might be, I'm learning to hold my vision. Instead of, I never follow through, I'm building my capacity to show up consistently. The next time that fear, procrastination, or resistance shows up, ask, what is this protecting me from? And choose a belief that supports your expansion. So, in closing, if you're starting again, know this: you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. I want to know which one of these steps resonated with you the most. Drop a comment for me below. And if you want more tools for overcoming resistance and really working with your procrastination on a deeper level, then grab my free guide, which is linked in the description box below. And lastly, if this video helped you, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more content like this. Thank you for being here.